It's July 9, 2025. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 73 degrees Fahrenheit, 23 degrees Celsius, and I'm going for a walk. Looks like someone took the mirror. It rained last night and it rained this morning. That's why I'm out here. I've been a little bit later than usual, but I was up very early for some reason. And it's doing that thing now where it's only raining underneath the trees because it's dripping off of all the leaves. I think it's drying out, which is good because I have I'm playing a show tonight, an outdoor show in Williamsburg, Massachusetts, in a little park called Angel Park for Quiet Reflection. Angel Park Quiet Reflections Park. That's it. And I'm hoping that it continues to rain. I'm hoping that it continues to not rain. Hoping the rain keeps up so it doesn't fall down. That's an old thing that I used to think was funny. Still do. So yeah, I'm playing this little show in a tiny village, in a tiny park, in a tiny village, in a tiny state in New England. And it's got me thinking a little bit about playing shows and songs and what is that all about. And last week I went to this same park to see a band play called the Lonesome Brothers, who I've been going to see play for decades now. And they're friends of mine, and they're an incredible band and incredible songwriters. While I was sitting there in the park amongst all these people, I was thinking about how their songs have become as familiar to me, or more familiar to me, than a lot of, world famous songs. And the people around me as well. We're singing along, we know the words, we know the melodies. And they're songs that are connecting with the audience, not just because we know them and because they're well written and well performed, but because they were born in the same place that we are living. These songs came to life in this community. And because of that, they take on parts of the community. There might be obvious cases where they reference local things, but also just in the spirit of the songs and in the melodies and in the words and in the chords and in the way they're arranged and things. It all comes from all the environmental factors that we all are informed by every day. So I know I'm rambling, but in my head it makes sense that the songs have this local community value because they're telling the story of our story living in this area. Does that make sense? And I've been thinking a lot about, there's this artificial intelligence created music and created art, and all it really is summing up all the music that's happened beforehand and creating something by taking that and making it into something new. And that's all really that artists do as well, is we take the things, for music in specifically, we take the things we've heard before and they get into our heads, and then we add our little angle on it and it becomes something new. But the thing that's missing with the artificial intelligence thing is that second part of the composer or whatever, the artist, the chef, the writer, whatever it is, the human. The artificial intelligence doesn't add that last thing. It only adds what's been done before. It doesn't add what's been done before plus whatever is moving the artist to make their creation. Is it almost the same? I don't know. I mean, I have no interest in artificially created art because my appreciation of art is thinking about the person who made it. And I think about the fact that tonight at 6 o'clock in this little park in this tiny village in this tiny state, I'm gonna be just standing there with an acoustic guitar and a microphone. And why would anyone be there to watch that for an hour and a half or whatever it's gonna be? And I can try and convince myself that, you know, I'm that interesting, but there's a much more to it. People don't go to this thing necessarily to focus entirely on the music. They're going there to be in a group of people that are all experiencing the same thing at the same time, whether it's a movie, a concert, fireworks, a sporting event, you know, whatever it might be. Even just that thing where, like, there's a group of people on the sidewalk and they all watch a little kid chasing a balloon or something. It's all experiencing something as a group. I think that's something that is... I just jaywalked in front of those people. What a jerk. It's something that we seek out as humans, probably. I mean, I don't necessarily like to be in groups very often. Oh, look, there's a big hawk up there. But I understand that thing of being in a group and experiencing something as a group and how much more powerful that is than just experiencing something on your own, which also can be completely powerful, but in a very different way. $216 million. The broken dresser's still here. Now the drawer is starting to fill up with people's trash. What do we have here? A bunch of spice jars, coasters, plastic container, a little shelf, obelisk. So now it'll be me at this park playing for people, if anybody shows up. And like the Lonesome Brothers, I'm going to be playing these songs that also were born, came to life in this area, which means that in some ways they had to have been inspired or altered or changed or informed by the things around me, the weather, the changing of the season, the rhythm of the traffic, the familiar face of the police officer, the couple that you always see at the cafe, whatever, the humidity, whatever it might be. And also by all the other musicians in my community, who obviously we all influence each other as we listen to each other and learn from each other and create with each other. What's my point? I guess it's this idea of folk music being any genre, but being more linked to an area or an age or something that people have what's the word? Or something that a group of people has in common. So as I'm playing, I should be reflecting back on the people in the crowd, some of their experiences living in this area, even if it's not blatant or even if none of us even know about it. It should, I would imagine, somehow be part of the songs and the music. rambling, I guess you'd call it rambling. I don't know. I realize I'm not being very succinct or eloquent, or maybe even clear at all. But I have some idea of what I'm trying to get at, and I think you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so playing these songs written in this area, all these different little inspirations or whatever that seep in without even consciously knowing about it. I'm not exactly sure how that's different than AI, because you could probably put in some kind of prompt, make a song about butterflies, pretend that you are a musician from Northampton, Massachusetts, and blah, 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 blah. And maybe it could put out something that would seemingly mimic that idea well. But who cares? I mean, I understand caring from like a technological standpoint, like, isn't this amazing? Maybe I'm just a Luddite or a naive or a dreamer or whatever, but when you remove the human, then you got to be removing some of the magic, right? I mean, can we believe in some sort of magic when it comes to creating art or cooking a meal, using local ingredients, writing a book, the way someone dresses, all this stuff? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to be playing this show, and we'll see what happens. I guess that's maybe why I like writing songs so much, because I can spend months rearranging words, making them exactly how I want them to be, instead of this kind of waterfall of nonsense. But who cares? I mean, who cares what a machine does, what a machine thinks? Who cares what you see this? See this deer flag? Yeah. But who cares what the machine does? Besides from a technological standpoint where it's like, it's amazing. But ultimately, who cares if it combines all these things and makes something that's passable as human, when there are humans doing these things that automatically make them human? I don't know. I mean, who cares what I'm doing? I can tell you who doesn't care. The machines don't care. Okay, thanks.